Well, what are we going to talk about, folks? It's my second show today. I don't know why I felt like playing another one. Listen to this dude. This dude makes a lot of sense to me. He's very young. Can you hear him? He's talking about gang stalkers.
You will have these gang stalker type of people who are watching you very, very close with everything they got, with all their energy, with all their thoughts, with all their, most of the time, made up observations. They will be watching you. They're going to tell you certain things as well. Maybe. And maybe.
Hold on. His name's Terry Joel Jr. He's on YouTube. And he's, I don't know, he might be 30 or less. You know, he might be 28. I don't know how old he is. He's a young dude, though, but he knows a lot. He doesn't get everything right, but he knows that gang stalking, he's been gang stalked. He knows what it's all about. He knows it's because he's a Christian, and that he believes that the chosen ones are the ones who get gang stalked. And I definitely agree with him there. I wouldn't say that chosen ones are the only ones who get gang stalked, but they certainly are the number one targets to be gang stalked. Yes. They hate Christians. They spy on us 24/7. Listen to them.
Not because a lot of them like to hide. A lot of them making to do something. A lot of them might stalk you on private accounts. These things can do and will happen. Especially when you're doing good, because if you're just somebody that, you know, you're not really out there, but when you put yourself out there, you will be watched. You will. And like I said, they're going to do anything they can in their power to take you down. And should you care about these things, no, you should not care who gives a damn, all in all.
Right.
But I know what I will do. I will come here and expose these individuals and why they do what they do. And you have...
Alright, he's really good. Check him out. Terry Joel Jr. He's got 39,000 subscribers, and he's only been on a couple of years. He's really good. I've been gang stalked my entire life. It starts young. Like as soon as they figure it out, they start gang stalking you, mind controlling you. They start mind controlling you. They don't need to gang stalk you. You're just a little kid. They start mind controlling you, and they had me under mind control till I was 40, and that is the legal amount of time God will give them to a male. Okay, so what the CIA does, who's in charge of it, and they hire private companies to do it, so there's never, the CIA label is never on anything. They're too smart for that. They don't do it that way. They create fake companies, and or they hire existing companies to perform tasks for them. Okay? And then all the employees are in the CIA, but they never say those letters. They never speak those words. They work for this company, and this company does that, which is something good. But the truth is, that's the front. That's what in the 9 to 5. Yes, that's what they do. But they do evil at night. That's how it works. So our neighbors they hate us. They hate Christians. They gang stalk us. They'll gang stalk anyone they want. Anyone they feel like, if they feel like they can make you commit suicide, they'll do it. They'll gang stalk you. Like, yeah, let's make them commit suicide. And they always have plausible deniability. They use witchcraft. They use voodoo, so there's no one to blame. That's how they get away with it. That's how these doctors are doing it right now. Okay? They have that plausible deniability. No one's guilty, but everyone's dead. It's evil, man. We have to figure this out very quickly. I'm very saddened and shocked that more people just haven't had that light bulb moment to realize, hey, man, I know I can't kill anyone with my breath. Why hasn't that happened yet, God? I mean, come on. The first thing we do when we get married is kiss our bride. We kiss our little babies. We can't kill anyone with our breath. God doesn't do that. Okay? We can't kill anyone with our breath. Nobody can kill anyone with their breath. We have to realize this, and we will win the war. Okay? It's just common sense. Just like it's common sense to not put needles in your arm. There's no reason to put any needles in your arm, except for procedures. If you're in the hospital, but to inject a poison in your arm or an untested, unproven, it's poison, folks. I mean, there's no reason to cover it up anymore. We all know. They're calling for Fauci's arrest. The whole country screaming, fuck Joe Biden. Christians are getting run over at parades because they're losing. The devil's losing. And that's how we stop communism, folks. Communism is Satanism. There is no difference. Under communism, Christianity is crushed, destroyed. It's not allowed. Period. You can't. There is no church. There is no. And that's what I did in Korea and China, and that's how I really changed the world. I changed the world in a lot of ways. I did, but the biggest way, but the way that most people don't know or understand, is that I brought Christianity to South Korea in a way that that was witnessed by enough people in South Korea via Twitter. They saw a Korean witch's witchcraft get crushed by God and Jesus. And so basically, at first they thought it was my magic and their magic because I wasn't a Christian. Then I became Christian, and my magic, what they would call magic, crushed her magic. They couldn't defeat me. I walked away scot-free in New Orleans. I walked away intact, unscratched, just like God says their plans will fail. And you will not be harmed, And I wasn't, and it's a miracle. Only being saved by God can do that. There's no other way I could have survived. But yeah, I was in the program my whole life until 40, and they retire the women at 30. Now, these are spiritual laws, okay, folks? If they get you at a certain age in your youth, they have to retire you at a certain age. So for me, at 40, I was retired. They told me the truth. They wanted me to join, and I would marry Colleen. At least that's what they made me believe, That's what was going to happen. They wanted me to believe that, and I believed it. And they have to tell you, it's a spiritual loss. Like, you have to make a free will decision to join the dark side. Okay? They can't ask you to join and not explain what you're joining. You have to. Like, I would have had to physically say things against Jesus. You know what I mean? I would have had to physically drink blood. And who knows what else. But I would have had to do physical, real things, And I wouldn't do them. And I thought for sure they're going to kill me. I'm like, because I didn't even know I was a Christian yet. I really didn't. All I knew was, like, I'm not saying that. I'm not going to spit on the cross and curse Jesus. I'm not doing that to anything. I wouldn't do that to a statue of the devil. I just don't do things like that. you know, whether I was a Christian or not, or just whatever. I'm like, I don't play those games. That's like, why would you do that? And immediate red flags go up, big alarms in my soul just start screaming, do what? Drink what? And how they trick you when you drink that blood to get in the gang. They lace it with adrenochrome. And they don't tell you that part. And then you want more blood. And they give you more blood. Just like cigarettes, you know, they just start giving them to you, and next thing you know, you're addicted to drinking blood. And then they turn you into a killer. And then they let you loose and see how many people you'll kill, or what you'll kill, you know. That's what it's all about. Turning you into a killer. Yeah. In the ancient times, they called adrenochrome manna of the gods, or food of the gods. And they would put this adrenalized blood in food and eat it, you know, and like, I don't know, just imagine like sponge cake with some adrenochrome-laced blood in it, you know, or whatever they could put in their bread back then, or, you know, or wherever. Just put in the food, put in the wine, just eat it and drink it. And they still do that. And they do that with the McDonald's food. It's on record. They admit to doing it. You can look it up. You don't. That's the thing. And a lot of even horrible people who've killed many people, they always say it's really not us. It's like all these people who are just letting us do it and not saying anything, not doing anything. You people are all going to hell. I don't know how to be nice about it. All right? All the atheists, all the people who won't speak up for children, who won't give up their jobs and won't take their kids out of school, won't educate themselves, won't do any research, just want to ignore everything and watch TV and eat fast food. All you people are going to hell. I'm sorry. You are. You're heathens or you're lukewarm Christians. And God spits out lukewarm Christians. He wants a hot Christian. He wants fire in their blood. He wants us on fire and speaking His word and trying. We're here. Okay, we don't get saved by works, or we don't get to heaven by works. But once God saves us, He wants us, it says, to go out in the world and preach the gospel. Am I right or wrong? So we're supposed to do this, and we're supposed to expose evil and do this, and even if no one likes us, even if people never talk to us again, well, we're supposed to do what we feel and think and what God wants us to do. A nation cannot be taken over. Well, it could if God allows it, but but usually the way it works is God will protect a nation of Christians. He will, as long as they stay loyal and keep praying and keep doing good things and watching their politicians and their employees in government and fact-checking them, real fact-checking, not Facebook fact-checking, and stay on top of things, guard our children, guard our community, and guard our beliefs. And once that fails, and it failed in the church. It did. It failed in the church a long time ago. The church is enemy number one. Not only